Alright, so kick back and relax. This might be a long one. So we start off with these two dudes contemplating, do I steal or do I work a 9 to 5? Do I steal or do I work a 9 to 5? And y'all think when they're home they rub their bald heads against each other as a form of affection? No. I should get back to the video. Okay. And they was grinding, working that 9 to 5 life until they got fired, so they went back to stealing. And this time they decided to steal from the same bank, which is crazy. It didn't matter because Oliver pulled up. Mark followed after his ass and beat the brakes off of these two niggas, locking these two thugs up for good. And you know what's crazy, man? Episode tried to give us this sad little life rundown of these two niggas, and all I gotta say is that's tough. You know what I'm saying, man? Maybe still better, maybe still when Mark's not patrolling around town. But Mark is mad at Oliver because he just put on a jacket and some goggles thinking that that's a costume. So Mark takes Oliver to Art to get bro his own suit, and Oliver gets his suit and he calls himself Kid Omni-Man. And this nigga Mark's like, bro, I can't take little dude nowhere. But on top of that, Art gives Mark a new suit and it's black and blue. This bitch fire. But then Mark and Oliver hear that there's been a breakout in the prison, so Oliver heads out that way without even breaking a sweat. Mark catches up and then he says, this is your training. You're gonna watch as I beat these niggas asses. Scuffed Electro breaks a guard tower, and everything Mark just said to Oliver 2.5 seconds ago goes out the window because he tries to help them out. And as Oliver's going over to help the people in the guard tower, Electro's diet clone zaps that nigga right out the air. And Mark, being protective of his little brother, just duffs the mess out of this nigga. I mean, golly. Furnace tried to spin back for his boy, but Mark's over here tanking the flames, gripped his ass up by the chest, slammed him on the ground, started beating on his ass just to pick him up and chunk him near the wall. He just dropped Scuffed Electro off on it. Golly. Brother man threw that nigga so hard his entire suit of armor broke. Bro fell on top of Electro's cousin, started frying his ass. Mark goes and sees if Oliver's okay. Little dude is fine, just chilling. He tells bro, hey, maybe listen next time, bro. Like, I don't know, that was kind of crazy. But we fast forward like 10 minutes into the episode and we got these two niggas talking about some damn lizard league broke into this military base. And this nigga's like, hey, lightning doesn't strike the same spot twice. And what do you know, man? The Mauler twins break through that same wall the Lizard League broke into, and them boys got gunned down in the middle of the street. If I was Shorty on our way to heaven, I'm killing bro again. Cause why did you even say that? The Mauler twins are over here trying to steal this nuke, but they're on the lookout. They know the Guardians of the Globe finna pull up, and they're ready for their bitch ass. And once the Guardians of the Globe do pull up, the Maulers start looking at these niggas like, man, where the hell the rest of y'all, bro? Y'all gave us the B team, the backup, the bench warmers. Well, Immortal was always on your team, so maybe the Guardians of the Globe was always the bench warmers, but still, y'all finna get cooked. As the first nigga they take out is Black Samson, man. The black man being the first nigga you take out, and this episode aired during Black History Month. Yeah, I know how you niggas get down. Whole squad just kind of watched it happen too. Immortal tries to fly at the Mauler that just shot Black Samson, and he gets tackled by the other one and thrown into this metal beam. God damn, Immortal, dog, just stay down. All this nigga Immortal do is get his ass beat and be a predator. Shapesmith tries to pull up on the Maulers, but he was about to get blicked down by them niggas before Darkwing pulled up and saved his ass. Then Duplicate pulls up. How is her weak ass the first nigga to get any hits off on these boys? That's how we know the Guardians of the Globe sorry. Duplicate stat pattern and she's still ass, but she gets gunned down too. Immortal spinning back for his fresh out of high school fiance. He over here hit one clean punch on one of the Mauler twins. Yeah, nigga, you suck. As Darkwing's over there with Shapesmith, and that nigga Shapesmith got gunned down too. As Darkwing's going in and out of the Shadowverse, teleporting all around this room. As bro pulled up from behind one of the Mauler's shadow, kicked him 2 times in the back of the knee, hit him in the back of the head, and tried to take his ass to the Shadowverse. But look at the size of the Mauler's neck. You wasn't finna move that, gang. And the Mauler just shot bro while he was trying to go inside of the Shadowverse. Cooked his ass too. Immortal's ass over here actually getting a competent combo off on one of the Maulers just to get shot in the back, frying his ass too. We then see that Mark and Debbie saw the Fraudians of the Globe get put on fraud watch once again. So our boy Invincible has to go save the day. He pulls up on the Mauler twins and they start cooking his ass. They calling him Invincible. Me personally, that holding back shit would have stopped there. But Mark a better man than me. The Maulers start trying to beam Mark down with that nerve ray gun. Mark is dipping and dodging until he isn't. He gets hit with that hole, starts contorting on the floor. But Mark is a big stepper. He just willpowers through that shit, stands back up. The Maulers is talking crazy. They finna blick his ass again. But Oliver pulls up with the clutch save, breaking that gun. The Maulers try to pull up on Oliver at the same time. He just headbutts both them niggas away. And Mark's looking at little bro like, dude, what is you doing here? And Oliver's confused. He's like, bro, I'm saving your life, big bro. But none of that yip yap matters now because the Maulers pull up on Mark. Brother man whiffs the twofer and then gets a 3-piece on Mark. Picks his ass up and then tricks him at a wall, starts choking his ass out. And I'm not gonna lie, that's kinda nuts, bro. There's only so much holding back a nigga can do before he snaps. It's gotta be like play fighting with your younger siblings. You over here holding back, but then that little nigga starts pulling off some shit you ain't never seen before. So now you gotta stop that shit dead in its tracks. This Mauler whiffs a 3-piece on Oliver just to get hit in the back of the head by this purple ass nigga. But Oliver gets his whole entire little child head palmed and slammed on the ground. Mark has had enough. He uppercuts the Mauler off of him. One of the Maulers starts dribbling Oliver's head on the pavement until Mark pulls up and shoulder tackles his ass away. The Maulers get up and like, that's crazy. So anyways, and then they launch the nuke. Mark tells Oliver to leave while he goes to deal with the nuke. Oliver don't leave though. Oliver being left alone with the two Maulers. The Maulers over here like, oh yeah, this gonna be free eats. But nah, the Maulers couldn't be more wrong. Cause Oliver pulls up on dude and chin checks the mess out of bro, dislocating his jaw. I mean, got that bitch swinging like a swing set. Oliver tries to finish the job off, but the other Mauler grabs bro by the leg and starts doing Oliver like how Hulk be doing niggas in Rivals. We then go see Mark and he pulls up on a nuke and he just punches that bitch, tanking the whole entire blast. As Oliver shakes the cobwebs off, pulls up on one of the Maulers and oh nah. Oliver just flies through this nigga's guts with this punch. Oliver, you're like 3 months old. You can't be doing niggas like this, gang. Now with all the blood from the Mauler he just boomed on him, he starts walking down on the other Mauler as bro is cowering in fear. He do not want these problems from this purple ass boy. Brother man popped this nigga head with this uppercut like it was a balloon. All of the Guardians of the Globe saw this 3-month-old child do what they couldn't do in 14 years. But Cecil pulls up and he's trying to talk to Oliver. And oh nah, man, this nigga Mark grabbed the hell out of Cecil. Look at the grip on this nigga neck. How is brother still alive? Then Mark takes Oliver away. Oliver's confused because he's like, bro, I stopped the villains. Why are you mad at me? So now Mark gotta fly after Oliver. He catches him, bro. And he's like, man, you just caught 2 bodies and you over here acting like nothing happened. Then Oliver hits Mark with the, don't you think sometimes dad was right? And this nigga Mark didn't say a damn word. As these boys get home, have a talk with Debbie. They all reconcile because they're family. Then Mark sees a floating orb outside his crib. He grabs that bitch and it explodes. This nigga Angstrom is still alive. Mark and Eva's on a date. They're in Paris trying to do they thug thizzle. Then my boy Marcus gets pulled up on by 2 niggas and they're like, hey, we're from the future. We need your help. And Mark's like, wait a minute, ain't you the niggas that stole the Declaration of Independence? I'm not going anywhere with y'all. So they abduct my boy and take his ass to the future. Now that we're here, they tell Mark what they need help with. Their entire planet is under rule of a tyrannical king and they need Mark's help to stop him. So once my boy Mark pulls up on the king, they find out it's this bum ass nigga Immortal. Bro is tripping. He has lost his mind because he's been alive way longer than he should have. He's been past his expiration date. And he's like, yeah man, I've only been this way because I was waiting for you to kill me. And Mark's like, nigga, huh? You what? Why? Nigga, throw yourself into the sun, gang. I'm not finna boom you. So now that Mark's adamant on not taking Immortal's life, he's like, yeah, I'm finna make you do that shit, pussy. If I was Mark in this situation, as soon as Immortal said, take my head would have been rolling off of his shoulders. So the Immortal punches Mark away, hits him with an uppercut, and tackles his ass into the sky roof. Mark kicks Immortal off of him though, but Immortal's eager ass just latches back on the Mark. Frame 1. Dropped his ass on the ground, had his ass eating the cement. Brother man starts choking Mark out, telling him, you gots to boom me. And Mark's like, bro, why? Go do what Reiner did, but actually pull the trigger this time. Mark gets Immortal off of him, tries to fly away, but Immortal grabs this nigga by the leg and throws his ass through a pillar. Mark got up just to see Immortal throwing this pillar at him. He dodged, and then Immortal got this mean ass 4-piece combo off of my nigga Marcus. And he proceeded just to grab that nigga's head, squeezing it. Immortal still begging Mark to end his life, and Mark's like, brother, I can't do that, gang. As the 2 niggas that abducted Mark pull up, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna make you do it. Zooms at them boys and grips one of them up, starts choking bro out. So Mark tackles his ass off of him and like, gang, what is your problem? You need to relax. So Immortal grabs this nigga by the neck, slams him on the ground, and starts doing him like how Broly was doing Goku. Straight force feeding that nigga the wall. Immortal chunks his ass, then gets this nasty ass two-piece as he proceeds to grab Mark by his hair and starts pummeling my guy, talking crazy. And Mark is getting sick and tired of holding back. So he grabs this nigga Immortal by the head and just rips it off. He tells them two to make sure the head and the body aren't close or he'll just regenerate, as they take his ass back to the present so he can resume his date with Eve. We then fast forward to the end of the episode and that boy Nolan is getting ready to get executed. Alan ain't finna let his homie down. So Alan breaks out of prison as we see how they doing my boy Nolan for his execution. And I'm not gonna lie, Viltrumites might be tough as hell. They decided the way you execute a Viltrumite is you lock that nigga in chains, you get two other Viltrumites, and you just start punching the shit out of bro. But these two Viltrumites over here punching on Nolan like they 17 and 18. Like, guys, stop dick eating. I know y'all not this synchronized anywhere else. And I mean, they are jumping the hell out of this nigga. Straight pots and pans on his ass. But we go back to the Alan whoops, and he's over here getting shot at the guards, and he's like, you know what? Why I gotta deal with these guys by myself? And he starts breaking everybody out of prison. Now we got a full-on prison break. And that yellow one, put that nigga back in the cell. But the guards take out most of the prisoners until Alan's like, well, just me again. He finds this big ass door, he opens it, there is a big stepper behind that door, and my main man, Battle Beast, brother, is just the Kenpachi of Invincible. The first thing Battle Beast says when Alan walks through that door, you got a strong nigga for me to fight. And Alan's like, bet, there's some Viltrumites, and Battle Beast don't even let bro finish that sentence. He heard the word Viltrum and he was already locked in. So Alan and Battle Beast is tearing through these boys like they is paper, straight just dogging them until Battle Beast is like, I thought you said there would be a challenge, but the only challenge I see here is you. And I was like, well, I appreciate the compliment, but I promise you on my life, nigga, on my soul, on everything I love, there's like 3 Viltrumites, and 2 of them, you can fight both of them at the same time for all I care, nigga. I don't give a damn. And then we start hearing these loud ass thuds coming from up underneath them. As we get back to Nolan's execution, and the Viltrumites still dogging this nigga. They're getting ready to finish the job, but Battle Beast and Alan come through the ceiling at just the right time. Battle Beast gets down there and he is geeking over here saying, hey man, if I die here, it was worth it. Pulls up on the first Viltrumite, kicks his ass away. He goes for a spinning back fist and a right hook on the other Viltrumite, but brother dodged. As Battle Beast gets cracked with the uppercut, eats that hoe, grabs the Viltrumite by his whole entire head, and hits brother man with a knee headbutt combo. Alan's over here trying to free his nigga Nolan as he gets pulled up on by that Viltrumite that got kicked away by Battle Beast. That Viltrumite tries to get a 2-piece off on Alan. He dodged and Alan responded with a 3-piece of his own. He knocked that goofy ass nigga back and Alan was like, oh yeah, that's free, eat. Tried to hit him with this flying punch, but oh nah, he dodged and uppercut bro right in his sternum. Had that boy Alan Gusha knocked his ass on the ground. And that Viltrumite's ground and pound game must have been on 10 because he got on that nigga Alan and just started going to town on bro. I mean, just waylaying my goat. And Nolan seeing his friend get beaten and all them times he was saying no to Alan's help, he's like, yeah, nah, I got to help my brother. Breaks out of the chains and punches the hell out of that nigga off of Alan. As Nolan pulls up on bro once again, and they're having to dodge and block off until Nolan gets this mean ass right hook off on bro. Then these boys trade punches. They think they Goku and Vegeta. Y'all is not like that, gang. Just for that Viltrumite's punch to be stronger. But to be fair, that nigga Nolan was just getting his ass beat for like 15 minutes straight. That punch knocked Nolan back and Alan came through punching that Viltrumite away. These boys, Alan and Nolan, is playing Tekken tag on these dumb niggas. But Alan and Nolan started getting blasted back by them guards, so they had to finish them off as we see Battle Beast fighting the other Viltrumite in the background. One of the guards gets a shot off on this nigga Alan's head and bro was pissed. So we just shoved his head through that damn spaceship, had his ass breathing that space air, straight freezing his dome. Alan's ass was still getting lit up and he's like, you know what? I'm getting tired of these niggas. Breaks an even bigger hole in this spaceship, cooking all the guards and just having to be Alan, Nolan, Battle Beast, and the 2 Viltrumites. Battle Beast and that other Viltrumite is scrapping. This nigga Battle Beast got that Viltrumite in a bear hug, but that Viltrumite throws him off of him as Battle Beast just sunk his claws into bro's chest, and they're still fighting while plummeting in space. Brother, it's never this serious. But Alan's kind of getting dogged on by his Viltrumite. Brother man is just punching his ass downwards till Nolan comes up from behind, grips that nigga up, pulse. Got Brother man in a full Nelson as Alan pulls up with the hammer fist, mind you, and just starts beating that nigga's ass. Full Nelson assisted repeated hammer fist to the dome piece is kinda crazy. Niggas pulling out shit I ain't never seen before on these boys. But that Viltrumite kicks Alan off of him and knocks Nolan back. But Alan grabbed that nigga head, hit him with a dragon throw. That Viltrumite pulled back up on Alan. He hit bro with this mean ass sidestep because he was trying to punch him and this nigga's face. He knew it was over right here. There was nothing he could do about it. Bro was praying to whatever God he believes in, cause god damn. Alan and Nolan punched bro in the head at the same time, exploding bro shit, turning it into potato salad. As now Nolan and Alan are truly best friends, and Nolan tells Alan the Viltrumite's biggest secret. There are fewer than 50 pure-blooded Viltrumites left. My niggas Mark and Eve get a call from the prison that they do retainer work for. A damn dragon is attacking the prison, trying to break out Multi-Paul. So they suit up and head out. The dragon over here just killing inmates and was finna wreck through this wing of the prison until Mark done grabbed that nigga by the tail, stopping him in his tracks. Mark and Eve over here gave the dragon a slip as Mark pulled up on its tummy, started going crazy on that shit, doing absolutely no damage. Dragon man keeps on trying to chomp at my nigga Mark, but he is unsuccessful as Marcus Grayson just flies at bro full sprint, hitting bro right in his side, knocking him on his ass, but that dragon hit Mark with his tail, sent my little dude flying. Eve over here trying to do the best support job she can, started shooting his ass with little pew-pews. Eve makes these shields, makes a rope, gives it to Mark, and turns herself into a damn ball as Mark spins her ass as fast as she can and knocks this nigga right in his mouth. Mark and Eve equip that couple's power-up boost. They both come charging that bro at the same time, knocking this nigga on his ass. Mark and Eve kind of doing this dragon dirty, but we see Multi-Paul's cell has been broken. He can just get out of that bitch. As Multi-Paul multiplies himself out of that collar, and Eve pulls up on bro like, hey nigga, go back in prison, locking up all the other escaped inmates as well. Paul is giving Eve the slip, making a clone every time he gets captured, until Eve's like, fuck it, makes a box throughout the entire facility just to capture Paul, and she succeeds in that. Or so we thought. This nigga Paul is elusive as hell. He gave Adam Eve the slip for good. And I'm just looking at Paul and wondering why his sister is so ass. Like, you know what? Maybe you and Immortal are perfect for each other. You niggas is both terrible at your jobs. But we go back to the Mark and the dragon whoops, and Mark is kinda getting done dirty now. He done got slashed across the chest. He tried to hit the jets, but that dragon caught up to bro, smacking him with his tail. He tried to stomp on Invincible as he slid up under bro, grabbing him by the tail just to slam his ass on the fence. He saw that there was a watchtower falling, so he saved the people from there, but that was a big mistake. Dragon saw Mark vulnerable, was like, oh yeah, free eats, and just bit this nigga. I mean, 2 teeth inside of this nigga body. He is actually going through it right now. He done chunked my nigga Mark through a building, but he got up, did a Hulk smash as the dragon walked to him, fell for this trap as Mark flew up in the air as fast as he can just to fly back down with his swiftness and turn this nigga's head into a damn pancake. I mean, he put that elbow right in his cranium. And then Mark, thinking that everything is done, is like, Eve, nigga, we don't charge these niggas enough. We need more money. But, oh, nah. The dragon regenerated and stomped on this nigga Mark, putting that pressure on him. As we go to Machine Head, it pulls up on this mafia boss, blicks him right in the head. Dragon is done for. I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting for this one, cause this nigga Powerplex is a fucking idiot. And to be completely honest, it's an understandable reason why he's upset at Mark. Brother man's niece and sister are cooked because of the fight that happened between Mark and Nolan. But then this nigga Powerplex goes, works for the GDA. Not only that, he hears all the reports that have been happening that Mark, Invincible, was defending people from Omni-Man, his father, the best he could. Omni-Man was just a demon. But then he starts working at the GDA, and then he sees all the camera footage of Mark trying his absolute best to stop Nolan from killing people, but he just simply couldn't. And this nigga Powerplex still has the audacity to blame Mark. This is where his irrationality started to kick in, because really he should be mad at Omni-Man, but Omni-Man's not on Earth and he needs someone to vent his anger to. Oh yeah, he also got a fuck ass little power. You punch him and he can emit the energy you punched off of him. But he's working at the GDA, and what do you know? He sees these energy amplifiers that they're working on. So him and his enabling ass, dumb ass wife, they can't come off, by the way. Once the batteries are stuck in this nigga, Powerplex asks his wife to grab a hammer and start beating his ass so he can emit the energy. And she does, and it's working. Before he can make this little ass spark, now he can emit so much more energy. Then Powerplex decides, well, I'm gonna call Invincible out. So he gets on top of this building, jumps off, so all of that damage can get converted into energy. Over here, got the police shook, scared for their lives, screaming that he wants Invincible. But my nigga Shapesmith pulls up, and he's like, what are you doing, gang? You can't just be doing this. And Powerplex is like, I don't want to fight you, I just want Invincible. So Shapesmith shapeshifts into Invincible. But Powerplex started trying to zap at my nigga Shapesmith, so he started shapeshifting out the way till he pulls up on bro and punch that nigga Powerplex away. And Powerplex is like, bro, I'm warning you, I don't want to fight, I just want Invincible. But Shapeshift wasn't trying to hear none of that, pulled out the Young meters and just started beating this nigga ass. Not knowing how Powerplex's powers work, Shapesmith is inadvertently charging this nigga up. But Powerplex took too much damage, he exploded as he damn near killed my nigga Shapesmith, but he dipped out the way. And he goes back home to his enabling wife. He's like, damn, I messed up. I can't do this no more, man. We should actually stop this right here, right now. And his enabling wife is like, you know, the memorial's tomorrow. How many speeches do you think they'll give for Invincible? Just putting that battery further in this nigga back. Not only that, these niggas got a son. They doing all this in the house in front of their son. Powerplex got mad at that Invincible comment and almost cooked his son. How you not see your whole son right there, man? So Mark, Eve, Oliver, Debbie, and Paul get ready to go to the memorial for all the lives that were taken in the battle against Omni-Man like a year ago. They get there, they're giving speeches until this dumbass nigga Powerplex pulls up. He wants Invincible to pay for his crimes because of this very memorial, and he's interrupting it. Mark was finna suit up into Invincible, but his mom was like, no, this is what he wants. Eve is strong, she can handle it, so Eve pulls up. So Powerplex started busting shots at Eve. She's over here dodging, and Eve busts back at Powerplex, actually getting a hit, knocking this nigga back. Powerplex gets up and he charges at Eve. She puts a barrier up before contact can happen, but she still gets knocked back as she put 4 walls around this nigga, and also deducted that brother man gets stronger the more you hit him, so she's just not gonna hit bro. So he breaks out of the shield. He makes 2 more, he breaks those, and then he makes a bubble as bro starts zapping that, using every bit of his energy just to crack it. So after bro is zapped out of all of his energy, Eve restrains this nigga and she won. And the Fraudians of the Globe pull up right at the end just to arrest this nigga. And guys, he gets arrested. He's over here getting transported in this car. The car bumps, he hits his head, and his suit starts to zap up a little bit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if I was the niggas in the car with him, it would have been headshots only, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause what do you mean your suit zapped up a little, gang? Nah, we not letting that slide. Powerplex started busting his head back on this car repeatedly over and over again. And these guards just as dumb as Powerplex too, I'm not gonna lie. Cause bro, I'm shooting you in the head with this gun I have. Gets enough strength to topple the car as he breaks out of that bitch, goes back home, and talks to his enabling ass wife again as he comes up with one final plan to get Invincible. And guys, do you want to know what this stupid fucking moronic Nimrod Neanderthal head ass nigga's plan was? It was to have his enabling ass wife and only son, baby boy still in diapers, be fake hostages so he can lure out Invincible. Mark's in a secret meeting with Donna right now, over here trying to get information on Powerplex, finding out that he lost his sister and niece in the Battle of Chicago between him and Omni-Man. Just learning more about this nigga that's so obsessed with him. And then Donald gets a call on the phone that Powerplex has broken free. So Mark goes over there, and now we're in this dumb, stupid situation. Mark knows not to hit him because it's just going to power him up. So now that Mark's here, Powerplex says the name of his niece and sister, and he asks Mark if he knows who they were. And Mark says, yes, I know who they were. and I'm sorry for what happened on Chicago. If I could have saved them, I would have saved them and everybody else that died that day. And this had Powerplex actually shook, but he shook that shookness off and was back on to being angry at Mark. And this just proves that no matter what Mark said, did, or showed this nigga Powerplex already had Mark as public enemy #1 in his mind forever. Even if Omni-Man descended from the heavens right now, killed Mark, still have Mark as public enemy #1. So Powerplex locks in and just starts zapping my nigga Mark. He knocked his ass all the way back. He tried to go for a second one, but Mark dodged out the way. Mark flew in the air as he continued to dodge Powerplex's lightning attacks. And I'm not gonna lie, why is this 30-plus-year-old man guilt tripping this 19-year-old? Is this not crazy? Brother man trying to hit Mark with survivor's guilt. Nigga, he's 19. Powerplex then charges at Mark and blasts him in the chest with lightning. Mark continues to dodge, but Powerplex almost drops rubble on the hostages, and Mark's like, bro, chill out. You almost murdered these fine people right here. So Mark makes a dash towards the hostages. Powerplex pulls up in front of him like, nah, I'm not finna let you do that, gang. So Mark had no choice. He just kicked his ass away. As he went to go untie the hostages, as Powerplex's dumb, stupid, moronic ass wife spit in this nigga Mark's face, and Mark was like, what?
I'm like, what he say fuck me for?
So Powerplex took Mark's confusion to his advantage, started dragging his ass by the collar, grabbed his ass by the head, and just started frying his ass. I mean, straight cooked my goat. Then this nigga Powerplex turns around and sees that his dumb, stupid, idiotic, moronic, Nimrod, Neanderthal, whatever synonym means stupid, that he just fried his wife and child. I don't even care that the wife is dead. That newborn baby got cooked because his parents are some dumbasses. He saw he just boomed his family. He turned around and hit Mark with the, "You did this." Mad as hell, starts supercharging up, and Mark just hugs this nigga until he runs out of juice. And then he gets locked up, and that's the end of these fights. Man, I can't wait for the next episode. And if this video is going out the day I think it is, y'all already seen the next episode. A video on that should be out soon, brother, soon. But the moral of the story is, don't be a dumbass nigga. We got too many dumb niggas running around the world today. We don't need any more. Use context clues. Think. Use your brain. Use common sense. Think, nigga, think. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. It's like 4 in the morning for me recording this. But if you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.